the grade 10 learners. So my name is Zanele Mhlanga. I'll be teaching you life orientation today. Our topic today, it is teenage pregnancy. Teenage pregnancy. So most of you will be wondering, what is teenage pregnancy? It is very simple. When we are talking about teenage pregnancy, we talk about the young girls from the age 12, the young girls from the age 13 to 19 who are becoming pregnant. Before I carry on, I need you sorry about that. Before I can move on, these are the objectives that you need to know. Number one, at the end of this lesson, you need to know what is teenage pregnancy. You need to know the causes. You need to know the consequences after that. So let's start with the causes of teenage pregnancy, or the reasons why teenagers are getting pregnant. Number one, it is poverty. Poverty, we are starting by naming them before we can go on into explanation. Number two, we have no use of contraception. Contraceptives. Number three, peer pressure. Number four, we have lack of love. Number five, we have lack of knowledge. We also have substance abuse. Number seven, family and cultural norms. And media, number eight. Number nine, it's abuse. So these are the causes or the reasons that we are going to focus on. We are all going to find out why teenagers are getting pregnant. Let us start getting deep into poverty. In poverty, you find that girls are suffering, or they do not have money to meet their basic needs. So if they don't have money to meet their basic needs, they go out and sleep with old men. Why? Because they need money. They are going to have sex with them in exchange of money, because maybe sometimes their parents are not working. They are going to use that money to take care of their siblings or their families. Number two, the use of contraceptives. Our learners do not know how to use contraceptives. What do we mean when we say contraceptives? These are the means of preventing pregnancy, such as the use of condoms, the pills, or the injection. You find out that when they have sex, they don't know how to put or wear the condom. So in this way, if the condom is not worn properly, they are going to get pregnant because they did not wear it properly. And again, the use of a pill or the injection. You find out maybe it's time for them to get the next injection, but they miss the date, or whenever they take the pills, they don't follow the orders from the doctors. So that is why they end up getting pregnant. Number 3, we have peer pressure. Peer pressure is when your friends are pressurizing you to do things that you do not want to do. For an example, you end up having sex because your friends are doing it. And because you are still pure, some of them, they think that you are stupid, or they think that you are lame, you are not into fashion. And sometimes you find out whenever they go out to parties, they don't invite you. They start calling you names like you are a priest, you are a stupid, because you are not sexually active. And number 4, we have lack of love. Why are we saying lack of love is the cause of teenage pregnancy? Some of the kids at home, they are growing up without parents showing them love. They do not express how they love their children. Some, they don't even get the word I love you from their parents. So they will go out and try to search for love into wrong places, whereby they find people who be taking advantage of them. And then at the end, when someone says I love you, they fall into that trap, whereas the person is after sex and wants to take advantage of them. Number 5, we have lack of knowledge. We need to agree that even though at school we have life skill education, or we also have campaigns, or any organization that is taking place outside, like the clinic campaigns and other ones, we need to acknowledge that our learners still do not understand. They don't have the full meaning or the full comprehension of teenage pregnancy. They think that maybe when they see their body changing, that's where they should start having sex, not knowing that it is the stage that they need to go. It is the stage that it has to happen. It is the stage whereby the body needs to change and develop into an adulthood. So they think that whenever they see those changes, they need to act and then start having sex, of which it is wrong. Number 6, we have substance abuse. Why are we saying substance abuse causes teenage pregnancy? Substance abuse, we talk about alcohol, we talk about drugs. Your brain will stop functioning, or your brain cannot function well when you are drunk, or when you are having drugs. So what happens is you are not thinking clearly. You start doing things unaware, and later you regret, or later you find out you have slept with different people that you don't even know. So that is why we are saying substance abuse also causes teenage pregnancy, because when you are drunk or you are high, that's what they call, you end up doing things that you were not aware of. Number 7, we have the family and the cultural norms. In some of the families, they don't reprimand children when they do wrong things. Sometimes they encourage them to have multiple partners, and of which is wrong. In other cultures, they also encourage polygamy, they encourage multiple partners. So these family norms are influenced by the culture. So when in your family you bring different girls or you bring different boys, they allow you to do that. It means they are somehow encouraging you, and they are saying, go out and do as you please. And at the end, girls fall pregnant because of that. And other families, yes, they encourage abstinence, meaning they say don't have sex until at a certain age. And we have seen that in other cultures it is happening. And again, we have media. We all know that our learners or teenagers, they are into internet, they are having cell phones, they are watching TV, they are listening to music. All the music, the videos, or the television shows that they are watching, mostly they have sexual content. And with that sexual content, they think that this is what they should do. Or maybe the TV shows are portraying actors and actresses, the sexy ones, giving the impression that sex is the most important thing in life. So they copy whatever the actors and the actresses are doing, thinking that it's how it should be, and forgetting that those people, they are there acting, they are not doing it live. And then we also have number 9, abuse. When you are forced or you are sexually assaulted. Some of them, they are staying with the parents who are abusing them sexually. So because of that, when they get into their relationship, they think that they don't have a say. They think that it is good like that. Any person can have sex with them. They don't even mention having sex using a condom. They don't think about that. They are not saying any word. They accept everything like that. That is why we are saying abuse is also a cause of teenage pregnancy. So these are all the reasons why we have teenage pregnancy. And when we have teenage pregnancy, when you are pregnant, you also need to consider that there are consequences at the end. So we are going to talk about the consequences of teenage pregnancy. And we must bear in mind that we also have parents who are raising children alone, single parenting. Single parenting is also another cause, because you find out that maybe a father is raising a girl child and doesn't get that knowledge about girls, or he fails to sit down with the girl child and talk about sex. Or maybe the mother is raising a boy child and then it's difficult for them to sit down and talk about sex. They are scared. Some of them, it is a challenge. They don't talk about sex, our parents. So they need to connect with them and have that bond so that they share their emotions and their experiences. So let us go to the consequences, the results. Our consequences will be divided into 5 categories. We have health, we have emotional, we have educational, we have economic, we also have the social, yes. Let's start with the health consequences. Number 1, some of the teenagers at home, or the learners, I would use learners, they are failing to bear the labor pains. You find out it's time to give birth and they are not enduring the pains. So it causes the high rate of death in hospitals, whereby you find that the girl child will have the complications in giving birth. And at the end, it affects her, because in later, she might have the problems in getting pregnant again. So also it affects the baby somehow. Babies or mothers do die when they are giving birth. So that is why we are saying there is a consequence when you are pregnant. Your health becomes in danger. Then we go to emotional consequences. Emotional, it has to do with your feelings. Why are we saying emotional? It's a result. Emotional will cause, why are we saying emotional consequences? It is because